Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Judy, and hello, everyone. As Gary spoke about the changes in the industry, and Judy just presented to you the changes we had in AVG, I would like to talk about the changes we're seeing in the consumer, about the technology that they're using. And I think if we'll start just by the number of devices they are having. A couple of years ago, there used to be just one computer at home. If we look today and the survey that we are running, we've seen on a global basis, the average stands on 3. And if you look on specific geos, that goes even to 7, or if you want, I'm sure some of you even have 11 connected devices. So consumer home looks like small business today with a number of connected devices. And small businesses are starting to use consumer technologies. That makes it very, very interesting for us in AVG. Working with consumer, working with small businesses, understanding that these are starting to get closer and closer, it's a great opportunity for us. But it's not just about the number of computers or connected devices there. You probably remember the PC used to be at the center of our home. Everyone was around that. And then laptops came to life, and we thought that's what we call mobility. We put that piece of metal in our bag. It was turned off. We walk into the next conference or the coffee shop, just turn it on again to continue the work. Today's mobility is different. You're always on, you're always connected. It's a complete different experience. It's a complete different environment that we're living in, and that's going to change. Let me show you what I mean by that.
Remember this? And this? It was a time when the internet was slow. Phones were phones, PCs were PCs, and this was a tablet. This sound meant you have mail. And this was the only place to watch TV. Our lives have changed. We live our lives through many devices, in many mediums. We share, we laugh, and we love. Our one device has now become many connected devices, many connected lives. And one day, we will look back and say, remember this?
As we're talking about this change in industry and the mobile, just around the corner, there's all these wearable devices and connected cars and connected home. And basically, the internet is everywhere, and all those smart devices are connected. But having this connectivity, it doesn't come for free. What we are looking at, you probably remember the time when you start to connect your PC to the internet, and then we're very concerned about all these threats that are going to come from this single communication channel. But now if you look on an average smartphone you will buy, there are 7 different communication technology over there. The GSM, the SMS, text messages, the Wi-Fi, the Bluetooth, the NFC, and believe it or not, even the power line that power or recharge your mobile device can be used to compromise this device. So it's no longer just connecting to the internet will make a difference. It's each and every of this communication technology is now another door for those bad guys to come in. And what you can see here on this slide is just an example. The guy on the right is not a hacker. This is one of the researchers in AVG that just found one of those free recharging stations that actually isn't innocent. Is one that will try, when you plug your iOS, yes, I'm referring to Apple, you plug it into this station, it will start to load a malicious code on this device. This was, of course, a proof of concept that was identified. But the power is not the only thing that drive risk in mobile environment. One of the most exciting things in mobile devices are, of course, the apps. We're all downloading those apps, and when we are looking on the AVG user base, as Judy mentioned, 44 million active users. We're seeing on average, there's about 60 different apps that people download over time to this device. And for the hackers, this environment, it's heaven. At the days of the PC, when they used to compromise your computer, stealing your credit card, you thought it's easy for the hacker to monetize from this stolen credit card? Well, it's not. They need to go and use it somewhere, of course not directly, because then it will be quite easy to cut them. They had to use a third party, or they used to call Money Mule, to monetize from this stolen credit card. In the mobile environment, it's 10 times easier. And why is that? Your mobile device is attached to your credit card at the mobile operator. So we're seeing one of the top monetization techniques for hackers is when they are distributing mobile apps, and these mobile apps silently behind the scene and sending SMS message to premium numbers. And then they automatically collect the money from the mobile operator, and you're probably not going to notice the $3 or $5 charge in the bill that you're going to come in the next month. So this is just one example that we're seeing in this type of technology. But that's not the only one. There are other technology that is powering your device. For example, NFC. NFC, the near-field communication, widely promoted as a way to do mobile payment. But NFC was already demonstrated to have weaknesses. And I can just stand next to you, as you can see on the picture, and get my phone close to your phone that is NFC enabled. And that will make your phone to start the browser. You don't need to do anything. It will start a browser and tell the browser to go at a particular address and download a malicious app to your phone. So just standing or walking next to you, if you'll notice someone is getting their phone next to your phone, be aware there might be a reason for that. And that reason is to infect your phone with a malicious content. So this is something that's quite important, and it's a very, very important risk. But it's not just about malware when we're looking about the mobile experience. As Gary mentioned, privacy is very, very important. So let me ask you a question. How many people have their Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on right now in the room? So let me inform you, as you're sitting here with your Wi-Fi on, your device is broadcasting the ID of that particular phone to the air. So you should be trusting AVG. We're not collecting that data. But if you go to the malls around here, they're starting to collect this information. And so it's retail and also government are starting to collect information coming out of those devices. So here is another communication technology that is now being used to compromise the privacy. They want to know how often you're visiting this mall. They want to know the traffic. They want to know which store you're standing by. They want to know what type of devices people are holding, because it explains what's the income in that area. And if you're going to walk in the streets of London and you're going to come across a recycle bin, just be aware, it's not because London becoming green. These recycle bins are now being used to collect this type of information. And you can see the charts here on the slide showing you the volume of people crossing those recycle bins on a daily basis. And you can see the exact trend. It's a lot of information to advertisers, so they can know the price of this advertisement and they can target it for the exact audience. So suddenly, the Wi-Fi, that is becoming crucial for mobility, and Bluetooth, that is so important to connect devices when they are in the same area, now being used without user consent as a privacy way, or in a way to compromise your privacy and collect information. So I have one recommendation for you. When you don't need your Wi-Fi, just turn it off. You don't need it. And that's going to solve this kind of a problem. But mobility and all the enjoyment and fun that we're seeing on those mobile devices will never happen without a power, without a battery. We all know that even if I'll have my boarding pass scanned on my mobile, if I have my digital wallet with all my passwords stored on my mobile, they're all useless if the battery is going down. And we in AVG are collecting information about the battery usage of apps. It is very important to enable mobility, to recommend users what applications are draining their battery so they can decide if they should have it running or remove it. Before, Judy mentioned a couple of our mobile applications like the battery saver and the uninstaller. These are the apps that constantly report to the user what the exact application that drains your battery. And let me give you a tip. You probably have on your phones a lot of these social networking applications running, and they are constantly reporting to you about the statuses that your friends are sending or your fans are sending, try to turn them off. Try to use the HTML version of them. Try to remove it from the phone. I guarantee to you, you will find out that the battery life extended on your personal device. This is just an example on a category of application that constantly drain your battery and shorten the time where you're using your mobile on the road. So taking all that together and trying to understand the change that happened in the consumer market and the way they're using the device, the different type of devices, the different screen size, the type of communication that they're using, we are designing our product, and today we are very pleased to announce on our 2014 products that all designed for this kind of a change, that change the way that people are using, the way they are connecting, the way they are sharing. As Gary mentioned, it's very important about the trust, about the privacy, about the performance, and about the protection, and that's the focus. And the focus of the products in 2014 is just about that. And I'll start with our traditional AVG antivirus for the PC. You probably hear a lot on the news about how Microsoft and Google struggle with the local government over here to disclose the number of times they were asked to share information about their users. So we want to make sure that if you have a personal document, personal digital item on your PC and you want to store it, it will be encrypted. So we added a functionality called a data safe that encrypts the information, the same algorithms that the government are using to encrypt their own information. And if you want to remove this information from your device, if you want to delete it so no one else will be able to track it, we also added a file shredder. The file shredder will make sure there will not going to be any piece of information left on the device so no one will be able to restore it, because privacy is important. And with AVG 2014, we added these two functionality, but not just that. Because today when we think about security and protecting our users, and as we presented, it's no longer just the PC. It's the additional devices they are using. All of our AVG Premium Security 2014 are all entitled for the mobile security, the mobile antivirus as well. So you don't need to go and purchase the product twice. You don't need to go and search for that. The moment you purchase the premium product, you register it as AVG. When you go on your mobile device, the AVG Premium Mobile Antivirus is automatically enabled for you. So that's part of the offering. It starts to be horizontal. It's no longer vertical per device. You want protection, you're going to get it on all screen and making sure it's protecting you against the threat I demonstrated before. But specifically on mobile, we know these devices are expensive. We know it's important for you. We know that your personal information is there. So in case you're losing it, in case the criminal is trying to type the PIN in order to go in, if they will fail for a couple of times, we'll use the front camera and take a picture of that person and send it back to you. So you will know if someone is messing with your phone when you're away, or at least you'll have a picture of the person who is holding your phone, so you can give it to any authority and report on that. We also want to make sure that your SIM is locked. So if your device is lost or stolen, no one is going to use that. So SIM lock is also another functionality we added in the Android version of our antivirus for 2014. But protection is just one pillar. The second one relates to performance. Today, we are all spending the $500 to buy an additional mobile device. We want another tablet and another smartphone. We no longer go and upgrade our PC and buying a new hardware, as we used to do for years. There's another CPU from Intel or more memory and more disk. However, what we found out in our consumer, they're not abandoning the PC. The PC is still there. It's still running. They want it to be healthy. They want it to run fast. And that's the great success we're seeing in our AVG tune-up product, as Judy mentioned at the beginning. Making sure your PC is constantly running as the way it used to be in the past. So making sure those applications you're no longer using will be able to disable them, to free memory, to make the CPU spending time on those applications that you need. On AVG 2014, on AVG TuneUp 2014, we added an additional functionality. We want to make sure that those tuning definitions are constantly being updated. We're having researchers looking on those applications, knowing what type of parameter we can tune so they will run faster. So your experience will remain, and you don't need to go and upgrade the hardware again because you're not going to do it. You're going to spend the money on another wearable device, or another phones, or another tablets for the kids, and that's quite important. We also see more and more consumer using the PC as a storage device. They're having those mobile devices taking picture everywhere, but they are then copying these files into the PC. And it happens very often, that you end up with the same file in multiple locations on the PC. So a duplicate file finder is another functionality we added in AVG 2014 that quite easily and automatically identify the same file appearing in multiple folders in the PC and letting you delete them, to save on the storage, to save on the, or let you store more pictures on this device. But as more people using laptops, also saving the battery is another functionality we added. We added a feature called the flight mode, and the flight mode will turn off the Wi-Fi and Bluetooth for the privacy reason I explained before, but also saving on your battery. If you will go and turn the AVG tune-up into economy mode and turn on flight mode, you will save up to 50% in the battery, and that's significant. You all know that. When you're working with these devices, battery lifetime is super important. Protection, performance, and privacy. Last year, we introduced AVG Do Not Track. We were the first security company in the industry that providing a technology to user and inform them that they are being tracked online, telling them exactly those companies that are tracking them, giving them the choice to stop that if they don't like it. It didn't exist before. We received so many positive comments. We thought that would be great to take it to the next stage. And that's what we are doing and announcing today. AVG Privacy Fix, that's the new name of our privacy products, available, of course, for mobile and for the PC. We did two main things. The first thing, provide you information when you are online about who is tracking you. What exactly are they doing? We are constantly reading those privacy policies that those sites are having and making sure that they will not collect data that you don't want, providing you the option, providing you the choice to stop that. But it's not just that. The second part of the product will do something that is almost like a magic. How many of you are aware of all the privacy concerns or settings available on Facebook? All of them. And there are plenty. And the same on LinkedIn, and the same on Google. They're not necessarily bad, but a lot of people just hearing bad things about them. But when they go and start to find, so how do I stop this? And how do I go and configure that? Those features were designed to be complex. Were designed for the average consumer to struggle to find how to turn them off or how to change this setting. And a lot of consumers are telling us, well, we're hearing that there's a lot of privacy issue with my profile in Facebook, but how do I turn this off? How do I find this and that? So we decided to include a very important functionality in our Privacy Fix product. And that functionality will automatically scan all those privacy settings and all those type of services and allows you with a single click to turn them off. You can choose you don't want Google to index your profile, you don't want others to tag your face, you don't want to share with this particular friends, you don't want to share information while you still want to do that with other friends. And there's a list of functionality or a list of privacy settings that with a single click on a button, they will turn off and enable you the peace of mind and provide you the privacy that you need in the way that you like to have it, not in the way that someone else thinks for you how privacy should be. So providing Privacy Fix in mobile, providing Privacy Fix on PC is quite important. If you do a change in one platform, it will apply to the other platform as well. This is the main message for AVG. We are providing products no matter what platform, no matter what device you're using. You want protection, you want performance, you want privacy, you want to have this type of trust, to do the things that you love the most, and this is our main message for 2014. So we have all those products ready for you to test. We'll have devices already loaded with this type of software, so you can actually play with that. You can actually tell us, what do you think? You may have questions. We'll be very happy to answer. And I do like to invite all of you to participate in the roundtables where we'll go deeper into the product. We'll demonstrate it to you. We'll show you exactly how they work, what are all those settings that you can change, and all the performance benefits that you can gain. This is what we planned for you for 2014 and for this announcement. And by that, I would like to thank you very much for being here today and attending the conference. Thank you very much.